On today's video, we're back to Kingdom 401. The migration has happened, and now we begin the rebuild of the big account. Up 81 million power. We've jumped a nice 20-some million power. I'll tell you how that happened. Most of you already know. Let you know about what's going on with this account, what the plan is for the future. Am I leaving Rise of Kingdoms? Am I leaving 401? All those questions, answers, and everything in this video as we wrap up our KVK and begin to rebuild and prepare for the next one. So sit back, slap a like on the video, and let's go. Hey there, YouTube. Welcome back to Gekko Gaming. We're back to 401. The migration already happened. 401 is on its tippity top at this stage without us even healing just yet. So this is going to be a really interesting scenario as once more the alliance powers shift back up and 401's migration was successful. Tons of people came and joined all top 5 alliances. So this was a really good time. And now we are in full rebuild mode. As you can see, one farm is already right next to us. The other 2 are in the nearby vicinity, gathering 24/7. We gotta get gathering, get those resources up because we still have power to gain. We're currently at 81 million power, and that includes 390,000 troops being healed, plus another Lord knows how many more. So all of this power has still to come, and it's not all T5. So we're looking at probably like another 4 to 5 million power jump to make our way all the way to 85, 86 million power. Remind you, we started KVK with 98, pushed another 6 inside KVK, even more than that, and then lost a bunch. The way we went up from 58 million to 81, in case you don't know, we got half of our troops back from Heroic Anthem. Our troop count looks... It doesn't look pretty, but it doesn't look terrible either. We really need to get a little bit of the T5 Cavs going and a little bit of the T5 Archers going. But the infantry is looking decent-ish. We can do okay with it for garrisoning and stuff like that, but we definitely need more ability for field presence for Ark of Osiris. Osiris League coming up. That is right. We're not giving up on Osiris League. We're still going to build up and do whatever we need to do in order to secure a position in the Osiris League team and in the Osiris League in general. The fact that we almost self-zeroed doesn't mean that there's no time to come back into this, right? And so, with that being said, this is the outlook of what will come out of the 401 account, because now we go into a slight break. As we are in the process of rebuilding and healing and regathering and doing everything to go out on another fantastic KVK, it's going to take time. Realistically speaking, this is not a back-to-back consistent flow of insane KVKs, or else you just grind people down to nothing. And so I'm assuming in the next KVK or so, we will probably be more gathering than doing anything else. But we'll be planning, leadership is probably going to be planning a good KVK at some point in a future cycle where we can challenge a hyper kingdom yet again or something like that. But what does that mean for us? We are in a standstill in a bunch of different departments. First and foremost, right as this KVK went through, we ensured our Zenobia was in its tippity top best shape we could get her based on what we had at that point. And a lot of you folks have asked me again and again to make a video about Zenobia. I will make a proper video of the equipment that I have on her and all the talents and all that stuff. But realistically speaking, this is what you got. We made 2 legendary accessories, plus we made the cape, the hope cloak at the end of all of that, plus we made a bunch of this equipment so we can have special talented. And the bottom line was we ran out of materials and we ran out of blueprints and everything we needed. So now we're building up blueprints. When it comes to legendary commanders, we have been buying on the daily bundles our Khan, finally, to get this Khan potentially to a higher level. He's at a 5511 right now, and we really want to level him up further, get him to that expertise to have him useful one day. But at this stage, we sit on about 339 sculptures and no real target just yet. Our next big boy is going to be Nebuchadnezzar. We're going to hopefully request to gain a good spot in a Nebuchadnezzar Mightiest Governor and then unlock him with as many sculptures as we can get and probably expertise him. I'm not going to expertise a commander, like I said, the day we get him, because it makes no sense. Even though I know Nebuchadnezzar will get expertised, I'd rather hold on to him and make sure that when we need him, he's expertised, then potentially find out that we don't really need him and then just have all those sculptures go to waste. So I'd rather hold my legendary commander sculptures until the night of or the day of that I need a commander and get him done. But the plan is indeed Nebuchadnezzar for the Mightiest Governor coming up. Now, with the changes in Mightiest Governor and Wheel of Fortune, it actually changed our outlook on what we're going to do, because I need to figure out what I'm spinning for. On the one hand, I can be spinning for Attila and Takeda, get Takeda spun and Attila through sculptures later on. But getting Takeda and Attila would give me that strong one field march that does stupid amount of damage, one march on the field that does a dumb amount of damage, gets a ton of kills, and get that Attila Takeda out there, right? Attila Takeda is never underrated, great on the open field, still rally leading all over the place. So I'm still considering getting Attila Takeda. The other option would be to go lean more towards Guan than lean towards Takeda. It would be a bigger investment, as Takeda I spun for a little bit and Guan I didn't at all. But Guan could be another option. So our future outlook on this account as it stands is that we don't really need Trajan or any of those commanders. And so what we're aiming at is straight up Nebuchadnezzar. We also don't need Harold at this point in time. Even though his wheel is available, we will be skipping his wheel this time around. And worst case, we'll get him in future wheels if we decide to get him. But for now, we wait for the update on the wheel, and then we choose between Guan or Takeda to have more open field and rally capabilities. The only real reason I would go with Guan over Takeda is equipment, because by having a strong garrison, I also have a good set of our infantry equipment, which could come in handy. Our cavalry equipment is a little bit lackluster, but again, an Attila Takeda could render us with more equipment if we choose to do so. So that's where this account stands right now. When it comes to equipment, though, our story is a little bit different. Currently, our number one priority will be to equip Nebuchadnezzar with the best possible set we can get by the time we have him available. And that means essentially we need legendary materials and legendary blueprints out the wazoo, because the legendary blueprints are where we are really in trouble. We've been buying the archer set every single week and doing what we need to do during events to get archer sets. But as of right now, we have only accomplished so far to get the helmet, and that is because we have 5 choose-em chests that we can choose and essentially do that, right, with the choose-em chests. Super simple, super easy. Don't really need the 30 of this. I left it at 25 in case we buy the bundles and we get helmets, so we don't get bummed out. For the record, it was at 22, and then I bought the 7 yesterday or 2 days ago, and 3 of them wear helmets. So thank the Lord I left some room for helmets. But again, we're a bit far out when it comes to what we want, which is the helmet, the weapon, the gloves, and the shoes. Those are the 4 items that we're going to get. And so we have 1 of the 4 done. And when it comes to chest piece and pants, the rule is going to be as followed. We're first of all going to get special talented revival plate sets to guarantee that that's at least there, right? So with a revival chest, we already have it available in special talent. We're going to special talent a revival greaves in our next crafting session. From there, the real question is how many legendary materials we get. If we get enough legendary materials to get done the 4 pieces we want for archers, and here's the challenge, and the door, which I really want to get done for our garrison, then our next weapon of choice would be the Cape of War God, which in that scenario would render us another 12% archer attack, and I would swap it based on what we need to do with the revival set. And in that case, then the revival is a little bit less necessary. Of course, special talented is always nice. So that's where we're aiming right now. We're aiming at getting the 4 legendaries up. We're aiming to get potentially the door as well. We need this as well. And to make matters even further crazy, obviously, another KVK will come. We'll get blueprints, and we might want to make another accessory. So, dear Lord, we have a lot of materials that we need. I believe we need a total of, I think, 350 materials. Last time I did the math, but I might be completely wrong. And that is legendary materials. So, it's definitely going to be a challenge. Let's go take a quick little peek, as the helmet would cost us 60. The the helmet would cost us 60. Let's go to the weapon. The weapon would be another 150, so that's 210. No, not this one, not 150. Wow. Oh, close. It was 60 and then 90, so that's 150. And then the gloves will bring us down another. We're at 150, and they'll bring us down. Where are you? Another 40 to 190. And then from here, we skip this, and then we go this way, and that's another 40. So that's 230 only for the 4 pieces. 230 only for the 4 pieces. And then add to that the big boy weapon. Where is it? You right here. 230 plus the 90 in here. So we're looking at 320 legendary materials that we need to accrue before we start talking about any other legendary equipment, aka probably not gonna happen, but we're still trying. We're doing the events consistently. We did the egg event, full spins, 184 on both. It was a very, very productive event. We have now about 100-ish plus legendary materials, and a few weeks still to go. All we need is 2 or 3 of these events, and we should be right up there with it. And of course, as time goes by, we're also gaining these chests that are giving us more materials. We are creating more materials. Our material creation reserves are slowly and steadily building up. And we have events coming up, which will give us a ton of more materials. For example, if I'm not mistaken, I saw on the calendar that we have Ian's Ballads coming up in a few days, which will be another 14 of these material chests right here, give or take. So that's going to be very nice. That's where we're aiming right now. This is where the account sits. We've been kind of in a stalemate of things because nothing going on. Both accounts kind of stuck in the limbo of between KVKs. So we are going to start doing a little bit more talks about specific commanders and a few other things that are not necessarily action related, but some lessons that we learned along the way in 523. I do know that you guys are looking for a little bit more action that we've done a lot lately, but unfortunately KVK ended. We're looking for another piece of action, and it'll most likely come out of Kingdom 2 first. And then once 401 get back on the grind, you know what I'm saying, we will be back with them doing our thing. For now, stream tomorrow. As usual, we'll find some fun stuff to do during the stream. Hopefully a nice event hits us, or maybe we end up spinning a wheel anyway. For now, I'm Gekko. I'm out of here. Appreciate every single one of you. Drop the like on this video, and of course, subscribe down below. And I will see you in the next Rise of Kingdoms stream tomorrow. Take care and have a good one. Peace.